word. You did.
That's right. That's right. I asked you, are they synonymous?
I said
and you
they all
said
fell
yes.
under the same umbrella. That's what I said. You
Okay,
chose to step over my answer and try to assert another answer on me.
So, Syko,
You can hold me to a certain position. I told you what my position was. I was very clear about my position.
Where did you get your definition of synonymous from?
What does that have to do with it? I didn't even use the word. You did. You tried to assert the word on me.
Oh, synonymous, how we have discussed the...
Wait,
I'm a little bit.
I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand how you sit up here trying to assert me.
I'm a little confused by the discussion.
Jack is here.
I'm confused too because he didn't get to his point. He got stuck on this.
I think where he's going, because I've seen him run this type of argument many times before, right, is that he wants to say that the reason why people define atheism as lack of belief in a God is because they don't want to have to make positive arguments against the existence of God.
Oh.
But so he wants to say that in fact atheists are lack of beliefians, right, who don't actually have any justification for their position. But see, the interesting thing, Syko, and you might want to ask Darwin this question, is whether he has any justification for his belief in God. Now I take it.
Get that far.
Well, I take it that there are two ways to justify belief in God, right? One way is to give an a priori argument. Do you know what an a priori argument is?
No.
An a priori argument is an argument that doesn't require evidence for it to be given. It's something that can be done from the armchair. You don't have to actually check any facts in the world to do it. So, for instance, we can make a priori mathematical arguments, right? We don't actually have to go out and test them. We can just reason our way from the armchair without having to go out into the world and look for evidence in support of the hypothesis, right? We can just prove it sitting in the armchair. That's what an a priori argument is. Now, Darwin's doesn't have an a priori argument for the existence of God. So he can't justify his belief in the existence of God that way. Now, what he's said is that his belief in God is not a mere basic belief, which is to say a belief that doesn't have any justification. He calls beliefs like that pure fantasy. He doesn't think there can be anybody can rationally hold basic beliefs. He calls those pure fantasy because they have no justification. So he thinks he does have justification. Well, when he thinks he does have justification for a belief in God. So when you ask him, why do you believe in God? He says, because of the evidence, right? But here's the interesting thing. He's never once produced any of the evidence. He's never even been able to cite any evidence for the existence of God. He's never even been able to show how there can be evidence for the existence of God. Right?
Curious.
So in fact, he doesn't actually have any reason to believe in God because he's simply lying when he says that he has evidence for it.
Outrageous.
So the fact of the matter is, he has no justification whatsoever for his belief in God. Now, what follows from that is that he lacks a belief in the non-existence of God, because he has no justification for his belief in God.
So would that make
the atheist? He says.
So would that make him? So would that make him an agnostic theist?
Yes, he's a lack of beliefian. He's a lack of beliefian.
Syko,
right?
You said that your definition of synonymous means that it falls under the same umbrella category.
I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that.
Okay, well, Syko, what is your definition?
I told you when you asked me a question, I answered and said to me they fall all under the same umbrella. You said are they synonymous? I said
what did you understand?
I assumed that you was referring to synonymous meaning under the same umbrella. So I was like, yes, under the same umbrella. I reinserted under the same umbrella about 14 times. Even before we even started
you
this
thought
conversation,
that I was saying. So when I said, okay, so Syko, this is what you're telling me. You when you heard me ask the question, is the term atheism synonymous with agnosticism? What you understood me to mean. Okay, what you understood, you correct me if I'm wrong, Syko. What you understood me to mean was that atheism and agnosticism fall under the same umbrella category as opposed to...
In my world,
yes.
Yes.
Okay, in your world. Okay, so in your world, would the term synonymous mean a word or a phrase that means exactly or nearly the same as another? Would you reject that?
Now, Syko, can I ask you a question before you
Would
answer
you
that?
regret that
Can I
definition
ask?
that I just gave to you?
Can I ask a question, Syko,
Would
before you
regret-
answer that?
Would you reject that definition I just read to you, Syko?
Actually, I mean, I really think that the best way forward is for Syko just to answer short yes or no answers to get Darwin off his fucking back, because he's not going to
Well,
leave
the
this.
thing is,
alone.
right? You'll
So,
notice
Syko, do you have an answer to that question?
There's
Seth.
actually something of substance that we could talk about.
Seth,
This,
Syko,
this
do you
very
agree with
issue.
the definition of
If
synonymous
anybody
that I
cares
just
to
read?
do
do
you,
that.
Seth? Do you think it's an
Synonymous
interesting?
means the same.
What we're gonna
Synonymous
have
means the
here-
same.
what we're gonna have here-
Synonymous
What were you
means
asking,
the
Jack?
same.
is constant interference and obstruction.
Well, don't you
Synonymous-
think it's an
So
interesting
I'm
Synonymous
out of
fact
means the
here.
same.
that
Bye.
Trying to
Darwin
ask me a question,
has not-
guys. Do you mind? Wow, that was fucking pathetic.
Don't you think it's an
Jack,
interesting
Jack
fact?
did it.
Did he
Jack,
leave?
ah,
left?
savior of the
Okay.
universe.